Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogan Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as we like to call it. Hope everybody's having a good night. Hope you had a great weekend. It's Tuesday already. It was an eventful Tuesday here. It's good to see everybody in chat. Who we got here? BF Bud, what's up, bud? My Eyes, how are you? Hey, Val. Ida Bustamante. Great to see you. Ben, what's happening? BPD 1976. Finding the trackway. What's up, man? Who else? I say hi to Cindy. Sandra Piper, welcome. What else is in here? Looks like it for now. I'm sure I'll get to the bottom and there'll be someone else there. Gary Spike Sr., what's up, buddy? Great to see you. So, yeah, we had some crazy weather come through. I don't know if any of you saw. Some of you saw I put a short out, but I have some more video. It caused flooding here. The truck took a beating. It's not terrible. You know, there's some dings in it. But Mike Moore, how's it going? Jared, crazy Indian, what's up, bro? Long time no see. Great to see you. How's the missus? Where is the missus? I haven't seen Beauty in a long time. Catherine Lundquist, sorry. My head's up my ass right now. I should be out drying out stuff right now, but here we are. Yeah, this is a little bit of what we saw when I had
truck is getting beat to shit.
I put a moving blanket on the windshield. Then I had the tarp folded over a few times and threw it on the hood. That blew off. I had a camping mat on the roof.
Some of these are the size of fucking mothballs.
Yeah, they were like mothballs. I think one of my sister's friends Facebook measured it was an inch and a half size hail. There's pine needles and weeds everywhere. I'm surprised there's any left on the prison. That'd be my bright idea to go out and shit. This was coming in sideways, and my ankles are getting beat to hell.
Fucking hit me in the ankles. I've never seen hell like this before in my life.
All right, so Stevie just said you can't hear me over the video. Yeah, that was some brutal hail. I mean, I went out there with the umbrella. I went out first without the umbrella and got the shit kicked out of me. I'm probably going to bruise somewhere. But yeah, it just, and then it rained so hard on top of it. I know all the washes were flowing. I heard some sirens, some, fire engines went by. So prayers that no one got, in trouble at the washes, because people do stupid things and they cross when they shouldn't. We have an expression here: "Turn around, don't drown," because of the flash floods. Sugar Britches, how are you? Hey, Richie. Deb the Web. Nikki, what's up, girl? Who else? See, I've been working on my nephew's truck all weekend. He's got a old Ranger that needed some attention, but it's running. Got to double check the brakes and should be back on the road, but yeah, it's worth fixing because it's in good shape as far as it's a 93 and it's an Arizona truck. Arizona trucks don't rust, or the cars. Or so yeah, we got that running. Friday night I went up camping. Uh, right across the way, we have the mountain right here. If you go up through Jerome and go up to the top of the mountain, you can hop on a side road and Forest Service Road, and you're on top of the mountain, and there's campsites up there. But when I got there, everything was full. So I not snuck, but went down the back side of the mountain and finally found a spot. It was a little muddy, but I made do. Uh, Problem is I didn't know it's bow season. So there were trucks and ATVs and side by sides all up and down the road. And I was right on the road, basically. I think this was a site.
Terrible. I don't know how the tent's gonna be. It's gonna be comfortable or not. A lot of the
Hopefully I won't get a copyright strike.
But this'll do.
Yeah, so that was my campsite. I just went up for one night. Then did some fishing up there. There's a little pond up there, and they stock it with trout, but it was all mud color. And sure enough, I heard footsteps coming up behind me, and here's the park ranger checking licenses. But I'm looking at him, and I'm like, I know this guy. And I mentioned I usually fish at Dead Horse Ranch State Park. He goes, yeah, well, that's normally where I work, but summers they come up here. And I'm like, oh, okay, we've talked. You're the biologist, right? He goes, yeah. Kind of looked at me like, how the hell did you know that? And I proceeded to remind him about a conversation I had with him. I asked him one time, I said, my dad and I were in the truck and I saw him. I said, can I ask you a question? He's like, sure. I said, what's your thoughts on Bigfoot? And he starts laughing. But at the same time, my dad and myself said, I'm serious. He said, he's serious. I said, I'm serious. But it was like in stereo. And we were both looking dead at him. And he's laughing. And as soon as we said that, he stopped laughing. And he had a face on of, oh, shit. Like, what? I think he was afraid of the next words out of my mouth. So I reminded him of the conversation. And he was cool. And he told me about some guy here in town that claims to feed a Bigfoot, and it follows him around, and it's down in Dead Horse Ranch State Park in that area. And this is coming from a park ranger, saying that's the story that the guy's telling him. He goes, I reminded him the last thing he said of the last conversation, which was, I'd like to believe they're real. So the end of this conversation, the second conversation I had with him, he was like, it would be nice if he was out there with his family. And I just walked away like, right on. Here this guy is a biologist. And, when I first mentioned it, the first conversation, he was like, oh, that doesn't exist. Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I just listen to all these stories and whatnot. And, well, I don't listen to any of that stuff. But it was interesting. Yeah, so I spent the day up there, and then at night I went down to Dead Horse and went catfishing. Caught my limit, went home, cleaned them. Next day we had a fish fry. So yeah, guys, if you're new here, this is your first time here, this is what we do. We come on, we hang out, bullshit. I think my camera's dirty. It looks a little hazy. If you have something you want to talk about, you can hop on. What I do is I will post the link in chat. You can click on the link and come on the show, hang out. Just follow the directions. When you get to, it'll show you at the bottom, it'll say stop cam. If you don't want to be on cam, you can just click that on. You don't have to be on camera. Also, I just ask that you turn off YouTube just only have StreamYard open so we don't get feedback. So, yeah, those were my my 2 videos for today. So the link is in chat. Anybody wants to come on. So yeah, all my shit, we'd flooded here. Luckily it only got a couple inches, but everything that I was working on and was thought I put in a spot that wouldn't get wet in the carport on the back patio, it got wet. So I've got a cleanup to do, and it sucks. Sharon says, I dreamt I was on your show 2 nights ago. You were laughing at my British accent. We wouldn't do that. I dig accents. Rosemary, how are you? Who else? What do we got? We got 60 watching. Wow. Dan, what's up, man? Okay. Oop. I had a park ranger here in Florida tell me a story about him when he was 17 and 19 years of age and had something yelled at them, and born and raised as a hunter too, never heard anything like that before. Well, I wonder if that's why he became a park ranger in his quest to figure out what the fuck it was. Emma, how are you? Great to see you. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to flood the chat with my link until somebody pops on and says hi. Sharon says my accent is different to Mr. Lee's. Yeah, I'm sure he's got that Cockney accent, real heavy British. And you're in Wales or the Netherlands? I forget. Shit. Damn it. I'm usually good at that stuff. Suzanne, what's up, girl? Be careful driving. So who else? I'm sure I missed somebody. Just kill time and go back and look. I don't see anybody. So yeah, I was going to go up to the Rim Friday. Instead, I stayed local and went here. I just tent camped it up there because it's no sense in dragging a pop-up for 1 night or 2 nights, But yeah, I'm a little spoiled that little camp sleeping pad that, on the corner, you blow it up and, it's only about that thick. That was a little rough. That was, that was hard sleeping. But it was cool just to get away for a night. I encourage it. Sitting around the fire. I was going to do a fire tonight, but now everything's wet, so I'm not doing it. Who just slipped through? Mayhem and Miracles. What's up? Coming from our neighbors from the north, Canada. Right on. Hey, Jen. How you doing? So yeah, as usual, I don't have a plan. Susan Robertson. Great to see you. Who else? Oh, there you go. We have a bonfire going now. That's awesome. I got to keep the the fire to a minimum as far as height goes, because there's a pine tree probably 30 feet. No, the closest branch is maybe 20 feet above it. And when the fire goes, you see the branch move from the heat wave, but I don't think it's hot enough to ignite it, because that would suck. Wow, that's a fire. That's great. We have one every night, even in winter. It's a lot of wood. Wouldn't want to have to cut it all. Yeah, I brought up, and it's funny because I said this once before we did the camp out, that I was bringing firewood with me. People are like, "What?" Well, shit gets picked clean up there, and I wasn't bringing a chainsaw up there, so I had just enough wood for that weekend. So I brought some up to the camping trip on Friday. Yeah, the wood's free here, huh? That's what an electric chainsaw is for. Finding the trackway, say, "That's not a fire." Grabbing torch. Here, hold my beer. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny how water can find its way into things you thought were closed. Toolboxes closed, but now there's water in them. Fishing boxes were closed. Now there's water in them. Shit gets everywhere. So I'll be setting up tables after the show and airing shit out. I got to do this anyway because I got to organize all this crap. Stevie B, what's up, hun? Deb the Web, hello. That's my name too. Oh, Deb. Popular name in the 50s. Where? Chessboard, how's it going? See, I see people saying hi to other people, but I don't see them in the chat. Oh, there's Joe. What's up, buddy? Richie says, I am flying high now. When aren't you? All right, guys, the link is in chat. You want to come on, just click on that link, follow the directions. Most of you guys know how it works. If you're new, don't be shy. If you're sitting there in chat right now or not in chat, you want to jump in. It's a great community here. Everybody in chat is amazing. So don't be bashful. Kelly, how's it going? Hey, Bat Mom. Your subscribers are just high. Let's see. Gee, I don't recall. Chessboard, you mentioned sending that to me, and I don't recall if I could click on it. It wouldn't let me click on it. I'll have to check that out again. You did a little video for Jay. Nelson, what's up, buddy? Raptor crazy. It's great to see everybody. Now, if we can just get some people to click that link and come hang out, we can start this show. Because I can't babble for 2 hours. It just doesn't work. Oh, boy. Wow, I need a shave. I would have done that too, but I was trying to clean up the mess outside. Mogs, that was the old link. I will send you the new link. Right on, chessboard. Thank you. JCL Ohio, what's up, man? Good to see you. Some old familiar faces. Some we haven't seen in a while. It's good to see you guys. Jared says device not connected or device is not connected. Make sure you're plugged in with your camera and everything, and I'll try to get you on here. You got to connect the microphone. It says they will need to connect the microphone before you can add them to the stream. So make sure you're all hooked up before you hop on, because I can't click you on until everything's hooked up. Probably. Yeah, probably. I just don't want to have to. Yeah, well, Suzanne, you're gifted like that. She says I can babble for a long time. Joe says I do it all the time. It's easy. Yeah, but you do it when you're alone, and that's scary. Jared, I still got you back there, but I can't bring you on until everything's connected, buddy. Jay Fritz, what's up, man? Just found my Ray-Bans. You'd have to see I didn't see it yet, but I know it has to do with what Chessboard has posted. I think it was a cartoon. As long as it made you laugh, Jay. Shut up, Stevie. Nobody asked you. Yes, Jay, always better the next day. What are we talking about? Pizza or Chinese food? Oh, scatty. Right on. Except you have to have extra sauce for the next day. You know, like some people mix the spaghetti with the sauce, but you got to keep extra, because otherwise it's just going to be dry. But what do I know? All right. How do I do this? You're going to have to... Jared, you might want to try to come back on. I had to kick you from the studio backstage because it wasn't coming through. Try again, dude. Please. Jay, I got to bring you your Yeti. Just not Yeti. What Yeti? What do you have, a cup? I know it wasn't a cooler. So yeah, let me post this one more time.
Brandon's store got hit with a tornado.
So yeah, let me post this one more time. Sure it was a tornado and not just straight winds?
He said it was a tornado.
I don't know. The way that was coming down, it was probably straight winds because it was coming from the wrong direction. So apparently, here in town, my nephew, he works for a gas station, and my sister just showed me some pictures. He's claiming he got hit by a tornado, and he was working at the time. the big awning that covers the pumps. That's kind of shredded a little bit. I don't think it was a tornado, though. I think it was, we get these, I mean, this storm that came through was incredible. I don't know if they were microbursts, but the hail I'd never seen before in my life like that. But we get these straight line winds that just rip things apart. Yes, Brandon was there. Stevie, he's fine. I don't think, I mean, didn't look like the store was damaged or anything, just the awning. Yeah, Kim says he's okay. Yeah, it was it was a crazy storm. That, I mean, I couldn't continue to go out there to try to fix the tarp on the truck because I was getting just pummeled. And you get hit with a golf ball size fucking piece of ice in the head, you turn around and go the other way. It's like a friggin' shooting gallery where you hit the duck and it just spins and goes the other way. You hit it again, it goes back the other way. But ding. Oh, well, Suzanne says I actually just saw in the news that they were saying there was tornado spotting in Arizona. It's possible. But usually with tornadic activity, the storm moves from the southwest to the northeast. And these were coming the opposite direction. More north to south, northeast to southwest. So I guess it's possible. Maybe producing anticyclonic winds since it's going the opposite direction. Don't know. I guess if you can get a bow echo, you could get a tornado as long as there's rotation. Interesting. Although I have seen up towards Flagstaff, my dad and I would go up and we'd go hunting. He'd hunt, I'd drive. And we came across this one place in the woods where obviously there was a tornado and it touched down in two different spots. But it was crazy. Everything was, a lot of the trees were broken up like halfway up and just everything was laying in one direction. So you knew, you were like, if it wasn't a tornado, I believe they said it was a tornado. And then a couple weeks later, they were logging it, cleaning it up. That was weird driving through there. Danny says, wow, some same storm crap happened to me on a live stream. See, it caught it all. Right on. Well, I just did a quick, I was like in awe, and the last thought was, dude, record this shit. Because I was like looking at the truck going, oh, fuck. Like there's nothing I could do. Oh, yeah. Stevie says, I had lightning crackle right over the top of my head this afternoon. Same thing happened to Jay and myself and Judy on the porch at the other house. It was, you heard the crackle. It wasn't like, it was right there. And we all just like about face and like single file real quick back into the house. But yeah, Stevie has that on video. She was filming the storm. And on the video, you hear crackle. And, it flashes and it's, how it's on top of you when the flash and the boom come at the same time. Yeah, crazy. What is this? Moog saw a plane seeding clouds a couple days ago and didn't have my camera or phone. It was only seeding the clouds. Why? Hold on. Kim, if you're listening, lower it because I can hear you. She's on the phone with her son. What do they seed it with? It's a silver something. There's some weird thing that they put in the clouds. Chase says, scared the crap out of this old man. Stevie, as soon as that lightning went off, you see her duck, like, oh shit, and she says it, and then the video ends. Hey, Ms. Dill, how are you? Yeah, that was some crazy weather. And if you didn't see it, oh shit, I got rid of it. How long we been on? 30 minutes. I'll wait a little while. I'll show it again. Let me pull it up. I believe it was this one. I'll show this one more time. This was just about 2 hours ago.
Some of these are
It's crazy because it looks like it's snowing. And then when it stopped hailing, I mean, there was 2 inches of hail on the ground, but then it rained so hard that it melted it like that, and it just flooded everything. Silver iodide. That's what it was. I forgot the iodide part. Or iodine. Brandon said he saw a rotation, but could have been a microburst. Yeah, that some dings, Jay. I took a nice quilted moving blanket and tossed it on the windshield before it really got going, and had a part of it was over the hood, but then I had a tarp that was folded over a couple times that was covering the front of the hood, so that was covered, and I threw something on the roof, but the wind got so it just blew everything away. And to go out there and fix it was dangerous. It hurt. You're killing me, Richie. Really? Stop. For those of you who don't know, Dawn, Richie's significant other, is an amazing cook. Unlike Richie, you just, no. Yeah, Stevie and I had the privilege of having a few meals there, and that was some good stuff. We had alligator stew one night, which was really good. It's an unusual occurrence in Australia, those large hailstorms. What we don't experience is many earth tremors and definitely not tornadoes. You guys don't get tornadoes down there? They just spin the other way. It's like flushing a toilet. Yours goes one way, ours go the other. True story. Although it might be different with the toilets. I don't know. Miss Dill says 2 different truckers saw Bigfoot about 500 yards from the entrance to our land up north. Back in a couple days, kind of freaking out. No doubt. You got to keep us informed. Thanks for sharing that, Dill. Get some water spouts on the ocean, but not tornadoes on land. Well, if the water spout hits land, it's a tornado. because that's what it is. It's a tornado. I've never seen a water spout. Actually, I've never seen a tornado either, live in person. I've seen blizzards, hurricanes, nor'easters. What else? This crazy fucking hailstorm today. I've seen a lot of shit, but never a tornado. When I was like 18, 19, a tornado went through my mom's neighborhood in New Jersey, and it was a really wooded area, lake community, and she had trees leaning on her house. I went up there and was like, what do I do with this shit? I had to change, so I cut up what I could, but they had to get a tree service in to do it right. So I've seen the, aftermath a little bit, not like, Midwest take out of town aftermath, but Papa C. What's going on, Craig? You guys know him as Papa Craig. Papa's a cool guy. I really enjoyed hanging out with him for the time we did at the camp out. It was really a pleasure to hang out with him and Nana. She's a pisser. Nana's sick? Oh, no. Still? Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. What is this? Mogs, don't you have to... those boobies or whatever they are called? We get dust storms. Why they call them haboobs here, I have no idea. That's a Mideast term. For the deserts over there where they get fucking haboobs. That's what they call them there. But here, they try calling them haboobs. They're damn dust storms. But they get huge. Never experienced one. I've seen the news. I'm too far north to get... Well, occasionally we'll get some dust in the air where it just looks really hazy. And its air quality sucks, on that day because there's so much dust in the air. But yeah, watching one of those come through on the news or people filming when they're getting overtaken by them, and you're just supposed to pull over, turn off your lights. I don't know why I turn off your lights. I forget that one. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Nana, everybody's sending you healing vibes, myself included. Feel better. I've seen earthquakes, monsoons, lizards, and Toto. Guess you weren't in Kansas, were you? Oh shit. I just gave myself a hot foot. Probably burned a hole in my sock, too. Mr. Lee, what do you mean you missed everything? Start over. So really, guys, we're 38 minutes in, and you guys are really going to make me do this on my own, huh? All right. It's just you that suffers. The link is in chat one more time. Grasshopper says, better late than ever. Just got home from work. It's good to see you. Angel Nolan, what's up? What do we got? 75 watching, you poor bastards. So those 75 that are watching, those that aren't in chat, if you would like to join me, you have to go in chat. You can go and click on the link in chat, and you can come on and talk about whatever. Trackway, what's up?
Yeah,
Finding the trackway. What's up?
can't let you do this alone, man. I know what it's like. Trust me. I spend hours by myself, and pretty soon I get tired of talking to me, and I just can't have a conversation with myself anymore.
The dog won't listen anymore.
Nope. Nope.
All right, who is Huff? Huff, what's up?
Hey, it's me, Charlie.
Oh, what's
Can
up,
you hear
man?
me? Hey, just wanted to come on real quick. Right now, I'm out here with a buddy of mine. We are somewhere on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I'm not going to say exactly where,
Okay.
but we came out here because, a while back he was telling me that he came up here. He was just kind of hanging out for a little bit, and he started hearing like some weird things going on. So he asked me if I wanted to come up here with him and check it out. So we're up here now. We've been here for, I don't know, a few hours. So we took off wandering the woods, going through the trails. And for the most part, it was pretty quiet. But after a certain point, you could hear it going through the leaves in the trees. Okay, so we're going down the trail, and I'm not saying this is exactly what happened. I'm saying this is what sounded like happened. Okay, so we're walking through the trail, and then it sounds like something threw a rock at us. And that's one of the things he told me about before when he was up here previously.
Getting rocks thrown.
Like the rocks throwing, he heard whistling, just weird sounds. So it was enough to make me go, okay, that sounds interesting. Let's go have a look. So as we're going through the trail, it sounds like something threw this rock at us. You could hear it going through the leaves. It went over our heads and landed on the other side of the trail beside us. You could tell it had trajectory to it. It wasn't something that was just falling straight down.
Didn't fall. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty loud. We might have heard a knock while we was here. It's very loud, very distinct, something hitting large piece of wood. And like right now, we're just kind of sitting out here in a parking area, just kind of monitoring things, just listening. I've got the recorder hanging from the tree in the woods right now, just in case we do get something really, really good.
Right on. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean,
for those of you in chat who don't know, Huff is Howling Underdog Films. It's Charlie.
Yeah, I didn't have time to write it all.
No, that's cool, man. I saw Huff. I was like, "Oh, what's this?"
I'm winging it. I got my phone sitting on a tripod, so there's like a little plastic piece here, and it's hard for me to type while I'm doing this.
No,
I'm trying to do this in the dark, and I'm also trying to listen to see if we can actually get anything else. I think we got the sounds that we heard. I think we got them on camera. I hope we did. We had 2 cameras going plus an audio recorder, so hopefully something caught it.
Yeah. What kind of audio recorder?
I've got just a little digital audio recorder that I got from Amazon. I've got a pretty nice little mic on it, and right now it's just sitting down there about 80 yards away from it, just hanging in a tree, hanging out.
Okay, awesome.
And have you heard something other than knocks yet, or?
Well, we're kind of debating that. We heard a few things that sounded really faint, like we were moving. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of bugs and stuff out here doing their little song for the night. So everything isn't dead quiet, and it's kind of hard to hear something when it's far away. There were a couple of times we thought we heard something that sounded kind of like a whoop. I'm not gonna say it was anything because, like I said, I didn't really hear it that well. Neither one of us did. But like my buddy Tyler, he's standing next to me. He was the one that heard everything to begin with, and he's already told me that the stuff we heard is really similar to what he heard the last time he was here.
Oh, makes sense. I mean, that you would have the same sounds from the same area. That's be safe out there, man. That's cool, and I'm glad you're coming to us tonight from there.
I wouldn't go to anybody else. You kidding? But yeah, I mean, I'm like where I live now. I don't really have much of a signal, so I don't really get much of a chance to come on. I figure, well, we're up here, we got stuff going on. Now's the best time to get on there.
Think good thoughts. Nice to see you. She says, they gonna catch a tiger by the tail, huh?
We're trying. They keep getting us with the sharp ends. You know, that's the thing about catching a wild animal like that. You know, there's 6 ends. You know, 5's pointed, 1's loaded.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now it's pretty quiet. The only activity we got going on right now, we got 2 owls over here to our left. It's just kind of going back and forth talking. We haven't really heard anything else in the past little bit, but we're just kind of hanging out, trying to make ourselves obvious. So if anything is passing through and gets curious,
You don't want to surprise them.
Yeah.
Are you staying the night?
No, we're not going to stay the night, but we are going to hang out here for a little while and just see if anything else transpires. Hopefully it does, because honestly, I'm having a blast out here. I don't know about you. I'm not ashamed of it. But this is Tyler, by the way. I want to introduce him. Howdy there. Nice to meet you.
Hey, what's up, Tyler? Welcome. So you're hearing some weird shit out there, huh?
Sure am.
No, that's cool. Just be careful.
Yeah, I know that much.
Hopefully you guys got some recordings. I'd love to hear them, you know, one of these days.
Oh, you definitely will if we did get them.
Right on.
There you go.
I'm just reading through chat real quick. Drake, how you doing? Yeah. Nobody knew. Kathy, how are you? Apparently, Dill says she's searching for gold and Sasquatch. Says that Mr. Lee been up in northern Ontario on our land. First gold mining beside us and lots of Sasquatch sightings. I am searching for both. I'd be too. She'd take out a Sasquatch for gold, I'm sure.
It's a good time just to be out there. It's kind of hard right now with all the cicadas.
Yeah, it's noisy.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them going nuts out here right now.
Yeah, we got them here too. I was catfishing the other night, and holy crap, were they loud.
Yeah, catch anything?
Yeah, I got 4 channel cats.
Nice.
Got home, cleaned them, filleted them, and then the next day I breaded them and did like half sort of a cornmeal, and then the other was flour, egg, breadcrumbs. So I'm not a huge fan of cornmeal. It just seems too bland. I know I just pissed somebody off. Don't like cornmeal.
We always bake catfish.
Oh, yeah?
Soak it in milk for I don't know how long and then bake it.
I have this thing about frying fish. I don't know. Just because then you can like just make a sandwich out of it. You can put tartar sauce on it. It's crunchy. It's flaky. It's, I like a coating on my fish. Actually, it depends on the fish. My catfish, definitely. But like saltwater species, I'd rather have them just a little lemon and butter and whatever.
We do a lot of like double frying.
Do tell.
That's pretty good.
What do you mean double frying?
Are
you doing that like 2 different temperatures?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not the cook. If you had to count on my cooking, you're going to starve. So, I just but the wife will double fries it somehow. And the other thing, have you ever had I saw this on YouTube and I had to try it. I had a whole fried bluegill once.
Okay.
And, you just take the scales off, you descale it, and then
Sure.
you fry it whole. And then the guy was going on about eating the tails.
Really?
Yeah. He said that was the best part of the fish was to eat the tails. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy.
Fin gets all crunchy.
It gets crunchy like a potato chip. Now it looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, well, now here we go. And it was pretty good.
Right on.
So
I do a lot of trout fishing out here, like during the season, but I don't keep a lot of them because I don't like bones in my fish. Like a catfish I can fillet and not a single bone. But it seems I'm always fighting with trout to get the right fillet, so I don't even bother with them anymore. Thing about bones, it just freaks me out.
Around here, they release the rainbow trout. We have a few brown trout areas, but it gets too warm in the summer for the rainbows to last.
Yeah.
And if you're a bass fisherman, those are the lakes you want to go to, because during July you'll see the rainbows come up the top because they just can't handle the hot water, and whatever's eating them whole is just enormous fish.
That's what happens here in this town at the state park. They stock the trout, and after a while they get all eaten. If they're not caught, they get eaten by the bass. There are some big bass. They're not big lakes. There's ponds as far as I'm concerned, but there's 10+ pound fish in there. That's a big fish.
They're still there.
I'm just listening, guys.
I'm just looking to see if Howling's still about.
Yeah, we're still here. We're just
okay.
We got a couple of chairs out here. We're just kind of sitting around, hanging out, just listening. Then if anything else pops up,
it's kind of cool.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, live from the field. That works.
I'm having a blast out here, man. I love doing this. This is me going to church pretty much. I'm in the woods. There's nature all around. It's dark. There's cool stuff going on. I'm loving it.
That's awesome. I just love getting out there and sitting out there. Like Friday night it was awesome. It was me and my dog. I only took one of them, and we just sat by a fire and chilled. It was therapeutic.
Well, we don't have a fire going, but I mean, same thing. I mean,
just staying out there.
We got off work, and then we both went home for a little bit and just kind of, got something to eat in us, and then came straight up here. We've been here ever
since. We've been doing quite a bit of hiking here lately, and then going out around dusk, different areas around here just to see, get a feel if there's anything out there. Is there anything different or strange? And the one night I did call in on Joe's show while I was sitting out in the truck somewhere. And the night was pretty much uneventful. I drove all the way down to this place, or I was as a kid, one of my favorite spots. I went there every weekend, and we went hunting down there constantly. And I just wanted to go down there, and I had some, I've invested in some night vision equipment and stuff like that. And I wanted to try from a distance to get eyes on a hollow. and see if there's anything down there. See, see what the feed source was down there. And I talked on this show for a bit with him and Jen, and then I went driving around the back roads there, and I got back to that hollow, which I had checked first when I got there, but there was a group of guys sitting there watching the field. There's beans in the field, and the deer were coming in, so I didn't want to bother them. I didn't want to set up. So I brought the truck around there later on and sat up there in the dark and listened to Joe's show, the rest of Joe's show that night. And although the night was uneventful, pretty much, I did see, I saw an orange light going through the woods down below me, which I couldn't see how anybody'd ever get over there to produce it. And that was an interesting night. And after seeing that, I got a bit of the
heebie-jeebies.
Yes.
Yeah, that.
I just felt like there was somebody all of a sudden on my, I don't know, 4 o'clock that was just above the truck. And I don't know why, but it was late too. I had to work. I get up so early for work. It was time to start making the trip home. That's been about the event that we've seen.
How long did you see? How long does this light last?
I could see it weaving in and out of the trees down there in the bottom, and I tried to catch it on video. It lasted probably about, I would say, no more than 2 or 3 minutes. It was orange. Couldn't.
It's weird because like most headlights and stuff are white,
red, or blue.
Yeah.
As a hunter, I'll wear green.
Okay.
The access there, you can cross that field, but I couldn't see anybody wanting to do that. If you're wanting to go down there and see deer or something, you either cross that field or you walk the ridge out, the one out there to the end. And I just couldn't see anybody doing that night. Plus, there's a huge ditch that you have to cross there, and I haven't been on that property for years. But I had back when I was in my teens and my 20s, I had permission to hunt that, and I know if you're going to take your life in your own hands crossing that ditch down there. But that's been about it so far. We've been doing a lot of traveling and looking and searching, and we got chased out by the storms here in Ohio there Saturday.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I made a mistake. My truck's loaded with a bunch of deer feed in the back of it, and we're trying to get rid of it, trying to get it set up on the lease. And the truck GPS said, turn this trail or turn this road, which I didn't think nothing of it. It's a road. And I should have just figured it out as soon as I saw the no exit sign. And next thing I know, that GPS was taking us down the goat path, and the skies opened up. It started pouring. I don't even think a side-by-side could get through this trail. And I'm pretty particular about my truck. I wasn't a very happy camper, but it was insane. I have no idea how GPS decides, what's a road and what's not a road.
Right? Because I experienced that here in Arizona. My son came out. I planned this fishing trip. My son came out, and my dad and I and 3 of us went to this. We're going to head out to this lake. And following GPS, and he puts us on this dirt road, and my dad's like, we shouldn't be here. I'm like, why not? Let's just follow it, and
yeah, it gets crazy.
The map says it goes there.
To Jay and Company, that took GPS is not all that sometimes.
This was 40 miles of dirt road with washes, and we're towing a boat.
No. No, we finally did make it to the property. So we had a lot of wind and tornado damage,
Oh,
and the amount of carnage, for lack of a better word, that happened on that property. It's still unbelievable. But we have the deer are coming back. I'm catching them now, and the amount of damage south of what's called Worcester in Ohio.
okay.
That was amazing. Those roads had been blocked off for days.
Really?
Trackway, you mentioned seeing lights. That is something that really interests me
Yeah.
because I've actually seen like weird lights in the woods before, and like anytime somebody brings that up, it really gets my attention. And
But
I want to
overall,
do it.
it's been really quiet. I run trail cameras around the clock, 24/7, cellular. Nothing out of the ordinary has been caught on them. Last year was a totally different story.
Okay.
Haven't heard nothing unusual out there. It's just been dead calm.
Well, at least you got some cameras out there just in case.
And I can't hear you because my do not disturb just kicked on.
Oh, because I think did you hear Charlie talking?
I might be
I
too
don't
far away. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Charlie.
Still there?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm
Hold on.
hear everybody fine. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I got to leave and come back.
All right. So, Charlie, what were you saying? I know you were saying it to him. I'll wait for him to click back on. I know you're interested in the lights.
Yeah. Like I said, I have there were two incidents. One I saw them, and on the second one I didn't see them, but somebody who was with me did. So the first incident was I had moved in with a couple of friends of mine and lived with them for a little while, and I'd known the wife for years. We've been friends going way back. So when she bought this place, she was telling me, all the different stuff that goes on there. I mean, she looked me dead in the face and said, "It's serious to me. Listen, this place is haunted as fuck. You are going to see some stuff." So I'm like, okay. So, and like within that first week, we're all sitting out on the front porch, smoking a cigarette, shooting a breeze, whatever. And there was this big field in front of the house, and on the other end of it was the tree line. Maybe like 150 yards away, maybe something like that. Maybe give or take, maybe a little less. But anyway, as we're sitting there, I can see like this, big. From that distance, I would guess maybe about the size of a basketball. Just total guess. But it wasn't very bright, but it was just this really light, beautiful blue. And I figure, okay, it's probably just somebody walking around out there with a headlamp. But it moved weird. Like, okay, if somebody's walking through the woods and they got a headlamp on, they're going to be kind of, bouncing along a little bit as they
Sure,
said.
the bob.
This was really smooth and kind of gliding. So I didn't really think that much of it, but then two more showed up coming from the same direction and same color. And they all three kind of stopped. And when they stopped, it was like an upside down triangle formation. And I looked at my friends and I pointed at it. I said, "Is that what you've been talking about?" And they said, "Yeah, that's exactly it." And the whole thing lasted maybe 30 seconds, and then they faded away. And I never did see them again while I was there. I haven't seen them since. Okay, and there was another incident. I was out with a friend of mine, and we hiked up to the top of this mountain. It was probably around this time of night, around 10 o'clock or so. We built a fire up there. We had the dogs that were running around playing, having a good time. So we're on our way out, and he's in front of me. We don't have a flashlight on us because we're brilliant like that. So we're walking out, and I'm just kind of looking down, using moonlight to kind of see where I'm going, because it's kind of rough up through there. And he's in front of me. I'm paying attention to my feet, and then he just stops in front of me and says, "Did you see that?" I was like, "No." What was it? And he just said, "Let's keep going." Like that, So I was like, "All right." And we walked a little further, maybe 50 yards, and he stopped again. He's like, "Did you see it that time?" I was like, "No, what was it?" He's like, "We need to go now." All right. So he takes off, a pretty good click, and I'm trying to keep up behind him and not, trip and fall and break my damn neck. And we get back to the car, and he does not tell me what it was until we are in the car and already going down the road. He's not the kind of person that gets shaken up like that. So I'm worried at this point. I mean, well, what the hell did you see? What's coming? And when he finally told me, he said, we were walking up the trail, and he said it came from left to right. This ball of light, he said, probably about the size of a baseball, just zipped across the trail in front of him. And then when we went a little further up, he said it did it again, going back the opposite direction the way it originally came.
Huh.
And there was nobody up there but us. I can promise you that. Because we explored the hell out of the place while we were there. We didn't see a soul.
That's cool.
So, I don't know. I mean,
I've seen lights,
I'm incredibly interested in it because I had no explanation for that.
No, I appreciate the subject because I've seen some weird shit in the woods as far as lights go, down in Florida, and not just at the 168. I don't I don't know that was, to me, that wasn't an experience. I'd have to explain, but when I was in, where the hell, I'm trying to remember the name of the town. I was at a fish camp in the woods and right on a river, and I saw lights come through the trees. I mean, they went below the tree line. At first, I was like, what the hell is this? Because two of them came in, and they were like white, but they were about the size of a baseball. And then they split up, and I watched one. The other one disappeared, and then that one flashed away, and, I don't know what the hell it was. They weren't fireflies. It wasn't a drone. Because they're probably only 60 feet away from me.
Wow.
And I've seen an orb in a house. I'm guessing it was a spirit orb because 2 people were killed in that house. But that's about it.
The lights don't bother me too much. As long as it's emitting a light, you're good.
You know where it is.
When it's complete absence of light, it's a totally different story. I told this story on Joe's, and I'm about to tell it now. But I was a kid. The house I grew up in had a normal had a walkout basement. So the side of the house was a hill. And as a kid, we would go and we get those little balsa wood gliders.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm not sure about the age, 8 to 10, somewhere in there. We'd throw these gliders nonstop, and we just had the biggest blast.
Until you broke the wings or the tail, or
Yeah. Or in this case, it got stuck in the rain gutter on the front of the house above the little porch. It was we had a bluebird sky, maybe a couple clouds. And my cousin and I were both wanting to get that glider back. So we had a TV antenna attached to the house back then, where you turn the dial and it turns the antenna on top. And we used to climb that TV antenna anytime somebody got locked out of the house. We'd climb up on a roof, we'd go across the hip, and we'd work our way into the garage. So it was never a big deal. This day, I got on the TV antenna. I started climbing up, and my cousin was directly below me, and my mother was in the basement room with one of the little basement windows. And as I'm climbing up there and I'm getting to the point of stepping off onto the roof, the whole world went white. And when I'm talking about white, I couldn't see the TV antenna I was on. There's 2 trees in the side yard. I couldn't see those 2 trees. I couldn't even see the house. So I swung my head over my shoulder and I looked directly at what was making that light. And what I saw looked like a piece of tubing bent into an infinity symbol that was pulsing, generating that light.
Huh.
And then it was gone. And it didn't scare us. It didn't freak us out. To be honest with you, it was the most calm I'd ever been in my entire life that I can think of. We come off that antenna and we stood there and we kind of looked at each other, and that's when Mom come flying out of the house. And she was screaming.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, that light had filled up that basement window.
Oh.
And she thought lightning struck. And over the years, I've been trying to figure that out, and it's been on my mind quite a bit as of late. Because if it'd been a lightning strike, it either hit that TV antenna that we were on, or it hit one of them 2 trees. None of that got hit. There was no clap of thunder.
I was just going to say, you would have heard it.
Yeah, there was no scorch mark anywhere. There wasn't, and I work around high electricity. There was no hum. There was no smell of ozone. To this date, no idea.
Plus, lightning is not going to form the infinity symbol.
No.
And that's for
bots. We got bots. Hold on. Let's have some fun. Put user in timeout. Oh, did they go away over there? They went away here. Huh. Oh, wait. Maybe they did. Site was blocked for 5 minutes.
Really?
So let's see.
Sorry, had to step away.
User. All right. If it pops back up in 5 minutes, somebody else jump on it. Stevie's like, I got him.
If anybody was talking to us at any point, I'm sorry. We thought we heard something. We stepped away for a minute.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, how's it going?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey,
What's
Ben.
up, buddy?
Yeah, hanging out.
Wait a
This
minute.
the
What?
first, this the first time that y'all see me?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, my eyes. Hold on. Let me, God damn it. No, we saw you, Ben, but I didn't want to interrupt.
No, I thought
Guys, I
that
screwed up.
maybe.
I gotta pull up my eyes. I see it, everybody. Thanks. uh, you guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna be quiet and try to figure this out.
I thought that maybe my presence made the trigger the whatever outage or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Let's see. So, what have you been up to, Ben?
Man, I've been working, bro. Whenever you don't hear from me for a while, it's I do shift work, so I've been working. Pretty much all it is, bro.
You getting any fishing in?
No, that's gonna have to be in the fall, man. It's ridiculously hot out here. I know
Yeah,
you know about the
it's been
heat.
hot here too.
Yeah, and you know about both of the types of heat, the dry one
And
and
yeah, and the crap
humid one. Yeah,
you got.
definitely. I know, man. I know. And that was an interesting story a little while ago.
It was. I'm just trying to figure out how to where I have to go. Let's try this. I don't remember how to undelete somebody. I didn't mean to delete my eyes, but I was trying to get that bot and oops. I can't see any of you guys. I'm on a different screen right now, so is everybody still there?
Oh man, man.
Somewhere.
Charlie, you're not seeing anything over there? Hearing anything?
We thought we heard something a few minutes ago. I don't know. We got a recorder sitting out in that direction, so hopefully it caught something.
Right on. I'm looking forward to hearing what you found. Hopefully you did catch something. All right, now I got to figure out how I change
Either
that.
way, I've got more trips planned that I'm working on getting out to. So we actually just got back from Blue Ridge, Georgia, a few days ago. We went down and was exploring around Chattahoochee.
Um,
I heard something. What? Who you talking to?
I don't see. I don't see my eyes in the blocked section.
You're sitting over there saying you deleted my eyes and stuff like that, and Tyler's just kind of sitting over here looking at me. I'm like, is somebody in chat?
Oh,
Find your eyes.
no, I had my eyes isn't in the hidden users. Let's see. Shit. Let me see what I can do. Get out of this. Oh, there you guys are. Who'd we lose? We lost Trackway?
I believe so.
I'm here, man.
Oh, there you are, my eyes. I'm sorry. Um, that's funny what you said, though. Was it Mr. Lee made a comment about, was it last night or something about that being Tracy's? I mean, my eyes is ad, because the only thing I had back there were the bots, and I don't know how I don't know how I unblocked her. Or anyway, sorry guys.
You could.
That was weird. I don't know. I don't think I've ever blocked anybody like that. Like, and they weren't even there. Oh, Stevie fixed it.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Stevie.
Thank you.
Stevie to the rescue.
Ben. Okay.
The buttons on the phone are so small. No, Trackway, thank you so much for sharing that story. That was cool.
Yeah, Trackway, no missing time with that?
Oh, probably not. I mean, the mother came out right away.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Yeah. That's a good story, though, you know?
No, that was cool. I tapped in chat by accident. Well, anybody else wants to come on? The link is in the chat, so Trackway, you want to come back on? Feel free.
Yeah, come on. I have
I'm
nothing.
hoping some shit goes down over on Charlie's end over there.
And us too. Well, I mean, no matter what, I mean, I am going to post a video of everything that we're doing. Like I said, we got several trips that we've already done. Some more that we're going to do. We just got back from Blue Ridge, Georgia. We went exploring around the Chattahoochee Forest. That was a lot of fun. We went to the Expedition Bigfoot Museum. That was a blast. I love that place.
Yeah,
okay,
that place is pretty cool.
So I'm gonna tell myself we almost got in a little bit of trouble when we got there. So we first of all I called ahead and just make sure they were open, because I was supposed to do an interview with somebody at a different museum about something else. I drove all the way out there and found out that they were closed for COVID.
Oh.
So I wanted to at least make sure somebody was there. So I called ahead, and she's like, "Yeah, we're open. Y'all come on in." It's like, "I got some cameras with me. Can I bring them in?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." So we go in there. We start looking around. Okay, now you've been in there, so
yeah.
Okay, when you first walk in, they got like this big long room. It's like a gift shop area. They got all kinds of really cool stuff there. And then over to your right is where like the exhibits and stuff begin. Well, I wasn't really paying attention to that and walked by that, and I'm just kind of walking through the store first, and then I get all the way to the back, and the back's open. There's no chain. So, and I see the Boggy Creek exhibit in there. So I'm like, okay, Boggy Creek, I'm going in. So I'm in there, I'm looking around, I'm going through everything where he's with me. And then all of a sudden we hear a voice behind us, "Hey, y'all got to pay if you want to be back here." Oh, sorry. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was definitely worth going to.
Well, it's cool. Like when you first walk in, and like you said, you're in that gift shop. But when you kind of start, you start on the right, where you're supposed to, and right on that wall, they have all the pictures of a Gimlin and all these different people that were involved in the Bigfoot community for forever.
Yeah, Ron Moorhead. They had a nice little exhibit for Ron Moorhead to have one all himself. They had the Sierra sounds you could listen to, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I have footage from that somewhere. I don't use it. I take footage, never use it.
It's a museum type place.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
It's in northern
It's
Georgia.
Expedition Bigfoot
Yep.
Museum in Blue Ridge, Georgia.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
Well,
But
there is a TV show called Expedition Bigfoot. So,
yeah,
Oh,
it's not that.
well,
yeah.
just confuse the two.
But I mean, they've got all kinds of footprint casts, hand casts. I mean, they're replicas from the big ones. Like they got the cripple foot, they got
Oh,
Patty,
really?
they got the three-toed print from Boggy Creek.
Yeah.
They got a couple handprints. They got a butt print. They got a turd in there that is 3 foot long.
Yeah, they do.
It's a cool, fun place to go to. I had a blast.
Richie's promoting shows out here. Y'all should watch the Tesla documentary on the History Channel.
Well, since we're plugging, y'all should watch Judicola, The Legend of Devil's Courthouse on Howling Underdog Films.
Yeah.
And Isolated Incident. We went and found a plane crash on that one.
What's it called?
The first one is Judicola, The Legend of Devil's Courthouse. It's a old Cherokee legend about a large hairy giant. So I went and spent a long time digging into that, and I put a video out on that in May. And then the other one is called Isolated Incident, the Parkway plane crash. There was a Cessna 414 crashed on Thanksgiving Day in 1983. Yeah, 83. Yeah, it was 83. And the plane's still there.
Wow.
So I kind of dug around and found out the story to it. I didn't release any of the names because both people who were in the plane unfortunately died. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that information is out there, but I'm not putting it on my channel. So,
I understand.
just out of respect for the families, I don't want them having
Sure.
to go through that. But
That's cool that you get to find it, though.
yeah, we went up there. It's still there. That was a brutal hike, though. we busted our asses a couple of times on the way out there. But yeah, and when we got there, the guy who was working at the little gift shop area at this place called Water Rock Knob, he was telling us that they were trying to figure out a way to take the plane out. I guess because they don't like people going back in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, me and him went up there. They're planning on taking it out. The only thing I can say is good luck.
Really.
Well,
Your best
Yeah,
bet is
y'all
to just
grown
cut
up
out
around it. There's probably trees growing through it.
No, not really.
Really?
Inside, you can get inside and walk around. There's not really anything around it. I mean, you can tell a lot of people go there because there's not really a lot of weeds or anything growing around it. So I'd say just foot traffic, keep that taken care of. And inside, you can get in, walk around. I did, and it's a very, very surreal experience to be standing inside that thing and knowing what happened.
Sure.
And like this happened like on Thanksgiving, and part of the reason why it went down was because there was a storm that night, and it was cold when after they finally found it. There was a pilot flying over and saw something that looked like a crashed plane, and he called it in. So, like the people who went up there, the rescue workers and stuff, they're going up there and they're doing this hike, not 100% sure where they're going. In the cold, there's ice on the rocks. We did it in the summer and we got our asses kicked.
wow.
But now I'm gonna say one more thing. At the end of that hike, we're coming down the mountain, We get to the bottom. Both of us look like we're probably about half dead because we're clinging to that stairwell that leads up to there's an overlook up there as well. So you go to the overlook, and then it's like a mile, off, in the woods across the ridge. But anyway, we get to the bottom of the steps. The gift shop is within sight. They have water. They have snacks. We're going to survive. So we're hobbling our way down this last little bit of steps, and we see this guy coming. This guy was buff. He was built, but he's carrying like this giant ass dumbbell weight, and he's going up those steps just a booking it. And we just kind of stopped and looked at each other. Neither one of us could say a thing. It's like I was complaining. I was doing a good job. He took that away from me. I can't complain anymore. How dare he?
Damn you all to hell.
Yeah, he did. He was also wearing a mask while he was doing it. So, wow.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, we did see him on the way up. I don't know if he made it down or not. But
it's just amazing. You realize how bad of shape you're in.
Yeah. That
guy walks by doing that, you end up flipping him off.
I thought about it, but he was a lot bigger than me, and he'd have probably hurt me.
As long as you can run faster.
Do what?
As long as you can run faster.
No. if I'm running, if you see me running, I mean booking it, you might want to follow me because something bad is pissed off and going this way.
Run. What's going on? Just run.
Force dumping it. Yeah.
Trying to read chat, but then Richie says something about his toes and threw me all off. Ugh.
I'm just like check every once in a while.
You're off a quiet trackway.
I just listened to the story. I was also thinking I owe somebody a shout out. You're talking about a couple people a shout out. Because I'm about as green as you can get in this whole Bigfoot thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty close behind you.
Even though I've had quite a few odd experiences, but I got to spend the day with a couple people down in chat, and that was Jen and BF Bud.
Okay.
And they are just as cool as you think they are.
Oh, Bud's cool.
They were totally awesome to spend the day with. And he was talking about the museum, and we was at the Bigfoot Festival, and Cliff Barackman was there. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Barackman.
So, I look over, Jen's talking to Cliff Barackman just as cool as can be, like they're old friends. And I'm thinking to myself, I can only hope to be that cool. And man, he turned around and he went to shake my hand. I'm looking at one of his coins for his museum, and I totally geeked out. I went total green.
Fanboy and shit on him?
Man, I lost it. I was like, oh, shaking hands and everything. You know, there's the essence of cool. He just talked to the essence of cool. Now he's talking to a shaking leaf.
Jerry Lewis.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I went totally Jerry Lewis. You know, I had that coin in my hand, and I'm like, can we get a picture together? Can we get a picture together? And I totally forgot about it, and I put that coin in my pocket.
Oh no!
Yeah, and we took a picture, and he was totally cool to talk to and everything. And then he walked away because another patron, of course, wanted to talk to him. I didn't want to hold him up. And I walked away and got a few steps, and all of a sudden it dawned on me, I just stole Cliff Brockman's coin. And I totally freaked out I went back, and by then he'd already left his little tent, And I think I was talking to maybe his wife. I was like, "Oh, here's $10 for the coin. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And that was such a
I'm not really a klepto.
no. I'm not a klepto. You know, I'm sitting there waiting for the Logan City police to just like go
Security.
totally SWAT on me. Yeah, I'm like, I can't help it.
What's
All I
up,
know-
Joe?
Oh, not much, man. Just hanging out, listening.
Right on.
Hey, Jeff.
Getting ready to go back to work tomorrow. I think I can go.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Right on.
We'll see how I feel in the morning, but I've been feeling a lot better. So, I figure it's about time to get back in the saddle again. But,
Good. Glad you're feeling better, man.
yeah. Last night I was rewatching Big Legend again. I love that movie.
Don't recall
Is it good?
Big Legend? Yeah, that's an awesome killer Bigfoot movie. It really is.
Okay.
It's cool as shit. And it's got the usual suspects in it. Lance Henriksen's in it.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He's been in a lot of Bigfoot movies, and he's not in it until the end. No spoiler alerts, but
Okay.
I
All right.
was rewatching that one, man.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
It's called Big Legend.
Big Legend.
Yeah.
Let's check it
Is
out.
that the one with the
yeah. It's kind of
what?
a effed up movie, but it's cool. I'm waiting for them. There's supposed to be they kind of gave you a hint that there's going to be a part 2 kind of to it, but I haven't seen it come out yet. But
How old is the movie?
a few years old, I think. A couple years, 3 years maybe. I don't know. It's fairly recent movie. But I jumped on, man. I was sitting here thinking, man, and I wanted to tell you guys about something that I don't know. I haven't said anything about it to anybody. Well, I've said part of it. I've told part of it, but the other part I never told to anybody because it was just too weird.
Lights?
And yeah, huh?
Lights?
No, not about lights. Nope.
Hmm.
No, you guys know. You've heard the story about how I was charged by about a 8-point buck one day in the woods, right?
Yeah.
You guys heard me tell that
so.
story. I got charged by a buck, scared the living shit out of me, man. I thought that deer was going to kill me, man.
No, but you're gonna have to tell me for sure later on.
Well, no,
I'll be waiting for
I
it.
was out in the woods. I was camping, and I was in the woods, just taking a walk in the woods. That's all I was doing, and I come across this 8-point buck, and usually I'm used to them seeing me. I'm used to seeing deer see me and run, right? Well, he wasn't running, and so I'm like, I stamped my foot at him and stuff, try to make him run. Dude, that was the wrong thing to do, man. He lowered his head and he charged at me, dude, with that rack, dude. I mean, and it was a fairly good size. Like I said, he had to been at least an 8-point buck, man. And I had to get some trees in between us because he was going for me, dude. Scared the living shit out of me. And I thought, man, that's going to be the greatest headlines in the world. Local man killed by buck.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah. You're right.
Wasn't even a hunter.
But the thing is, there's part of it. There's something that happened before that even happened that I never told anybody about because it was just too weird. So,
What is it, man?
well, I was camping, right, as I said, and I was in my tent, and I got up. It was pretty.
Hold on. No. I got it.
Oh, wait,
Sorry, Joe.
there I was. That's okay.
You said it was pretty late.
So yeah, it was dark. I come out of my tent because I wake up and I come out of my tent and the fire is still going, but it's low. So I come out of my tent to put some more wood on the fire and sit by the fire. And I come out of my tent. And when I come out of my tent and I put the wood on the fire, I see this guy who's squatted by my fire, and he's dressed he's dressed in this breech clout deer skin, and it's quite obvious that he's Native American. And that's when I realized, okay, I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming now. And he's sitting there smoking this clay pipe. And it was carved in a carved clay pipe. And so he's sitting there smoking, and I'm just watching him, and I'm realizing now I'm just dreaming. I know I'm dreaming. And so I'm seeing how this is going to play out in my dream. He's just sitting there smoking his clay pipe, and he looks up at me every now and then he goes back to smoking. And I'm thinking to myself, is he going to ever say anything to me? How am I going to know what he's talking about? Because obviously he's Seneca, right? And I'm like, I don't know the Seneca language, And so eventually he looks up and he points over my shoulder with his pipe, and he's like, "Nyoke," or something that sounds like that, "Nyoke," and goes back to smoking. And I'm like, what's he talking about? And then he did it again. He was smoking. He looked up at me and he pointed over my shoulder and he'd be like, "Nyoke, Nyoke." Well, the next day is when I got attacked by that deer, that buck. And I looked up the word, or at least I looked up online to see what Nyoke meant in the Seneca language. And I found out that Nyoke was the Seneca word for deer.
Wow.
So I never told that part of the story to anybody, man. I've told plenty of people about the getting charged by the buck, but I never told them about the dream I had before that happened, the night before it happened, because it was just too freaking weird, man.
That is a little weird. Little
Yes.
premonition.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so that's the weird thing that happened to me.
Yo, are you prone to premonitions?
Well, not really, because I mean I never really had any others, but
Okay.
that was just weird, and that and when I was thinking about it, I was like, all right, well, I might tell the part about the buck charging me, because now in hindsight it's kind of funny that a buck charged me.
Okay, guys.
It wasn't funny when it was happening, but it was funny afterwards. And it's
Yeah.
What's up? Hold on, Joe. What's up, Charlie?
Hey, sorry. We're about to call it in for the night. All of our stuff's running dead, so we'll
All right, on. Thanks
go
for
through
hanging out with us.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we'll
thank you,
go
man.
through everything and let you know what we find.
Right on. Thanks again, man. Hope
Good.
to,
Have a good one.
you get some good results.
See,
Thanks, Charlie. Sorry, Joe.
That's okay. Yeah, that's just weird, man. I mean, it's the weirdness. It's so crazy and weird how vivid dreams could be sometimes, because I actually thought I got up and left my tent, and it wasn't until I saw him and realized, there's no Seneca dressing like that around here anymore. I mean, and so, and I realized it was a dream, but it was so vivid. It felt like I was actually sitting there, and I was actually just dreaming the whole time.
You know what I think is the weirdest shit ever? The hitchhiker effect. Have
You're
y'all
still
heard
going
of
with
that?
What do we call it? An attachment?
Yeah, dude. Like, it's like Bigfoot, but it's all these paranormal things that whatever happens, whatever you see, like it can follow you, and it can attack your family and all of these things like that. I don't know, man. It's really strange to me. It really is. It will follow you. Like,
I think more spiritual things, ghosts, demons, shit like that will follow you and attach
yeah,
themselves.
I understand, but I mean, like, Bigfoot has done that, supposedly. So maybe that's in the same realm. I don't know. I don't know.
I
What
don't.
Bigfoot is.
I don't know. I've never heard that with Bigfoot.
Really?
Kristen said, "Sorry, Bigfoot don't do that."
Okay, I could be wrong.
However, Stevie would like to know how to get rid of attachments. So, anybody have any idea? I don't know if
You ever watch Poltergeist?
Poltergeist?
Yes, and she says that line, "Run towards the light."
Yeah,
There's your answer.
yeah.
Hey, Stevie, I had an attachment. Somebody got rid of it.
Was she an ex?
It could be. I'm sure.
No, there's some things that Stevie and her family have been dealing with for a long time, and time to get rid of it somehow. Tracy said, "Stevie, how about a medium or an extra large?" I don't know. I don't know. She needs somebody that's really spiritual. Stevie says, "Not so easy as running to the light." No.
No. Oh no. No.
It sounds overly simplistic, but I agree, it's not. It's just,
Well,
you want to get rid of the darkness and negativity in your life or whatever, you got to go towards the light and positivity.
It's not that type of darkness. It's an attachment. I think it's a curse that goes back generations.
Yeah. A lot.
I hate to put it that way. I hate to say there's something not right, because even her daughters are dealing with it. You know, her one daughter especially. My suggestion to them was go get baptized. You know, doesn't have to be Catholic. It doesn't, just go get baptized. You know, go find some churches do a sunrise baptism in the ocean if you want to take the ride out to the coast. But I think it's a place to start. You know, you got to armor up when it comes to evil and shit like that. And if that's what's affecting them, fight back, you know. And that's the only thing I could think of, was to go get baptized. So.
What was this? Well, I'm gonna have to email you, tell you who helped me out with my attachment. It's, just the word ocean. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
No.
Nope.
All right, gotcha.
I know who you're talking about, but no.
All right, cool.
Thank you, though. That would be the last person I would consider.
Okay. All right.
So how you feeling, Joe?
Been baptized, so.
I'm better. Better. Going back to work.
Leon said he can help. Don't even want to know.
How many days did you have it, Joe?
Oh my God. More than I wanted. I don't know, close to 3 weeks at least.
That sucks.
Yeah. I hope to God I don't catch it ever again. Twice is too many times. Once is too many times.
Once is too many times, right?
I think I've lost weight.
Probably. If you didn't eat a lot.
Not like I could.
3 weeks.
Not like I couldn't stand it to lose some weight anyway, but
I think I lost like 20 pounds when I had it.
Damn.
I just don't want to eat.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not that you got sick from eating. You just didn't want. I just didn't want to eat.
No appetite. Yeah, just no appetite. And I couldn't taste anything anyway. Couldn't smell anything.
See, I didn't have that issue whenever I thought I had COVID, but it was pretty mild. But I didn't lose any taste of smell or
Well,
sense of taste. I should say.
the first time I had it, I didn't either. That was a different strain, I guess, the original time I had it. But
Yeah, they release some new ones.
I couldn't smell shit. I couldn't taste shit. My brain's all fuzzy, and and there's still some lingering there. I mean, I've always been a little bit fuzzy brain to begin with, but it didn't help any.
Chris Jarvis, what's up?
Hmm.
Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, me too. Haven't seen that dude in a long time. Cookie.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through chat real quick. Megawatt, how's it going?
Yeah, Batman. I don't have any. I'm not having any problems with congestion or breathing now or anything like that. But
That's good, man.
Yeah, breathing issues are no fun. Absolutely.
No.
yeah, breathing's kind of important.
Yeah.
Pretty
Little bit.
important.
Yeah, a little bit. Where are we at? Jeez, we got about 10 minutes left. Leon Meredith says she can't see you, but hello. I don't see Leon either.
He was in there earlier.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
I dropped the ball. Lost track. Pardon me. Oh, there he is. What's up, Leon? Hope you're feeling well. Can you pick attachments up from properties? Why not? They got to come from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Think you can.
I just think it's if you're susceptible to it. I would think you could too. Because, like what Stevie's dealt with follows them from house to house to house to house to house.
Mm.
It's not like one thing, or it's not, it's not the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because, well, people know that I lack a belief in like ghosts and stuff like that.
Mm.
Not that I'm not interested in them. I am. I'm fascinated by it. And I was always hoping that something would happen in this house that would further me along to try to convince me, because I'm like, I just want to experience some weird shit in an old house that I own. And this house is like, I don't know, 100 and, God, it was built in the late 1800s, 1865 or something like that. I think this house was built or somewhere around there. And,
So it's 160 years old or something like that.
And so I was like, man, it's got to be haunted, right? Even though I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm like, man, if any place is haunted, someplace 160 something years old or whatever, got to be some bumps and knocks and chains rattling in the night or whatever, But I'll be goddamn nothing, not a thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, I got gypped, man.
Maybe
Sometimes it's not that bad.
Maybe it's you.
Maybe it is me.
Just saying.
Maybe
It probably is.
could be.
Probably is.
Could be me. Could be me. My wife swore that our house in Virginia, when we owned that, she swore it was haunted by Civil War soldiers. I never saw anything, but she swears she did. And she said the dogs and the cats saw it too, whatever it was.
Hmm.
I'm like, but that house there only had like one owner, and that was the guy we bought it from. He had that house built. Nobody's, so it wasn't that old a house. It was built in like 1963. But where it's at was a hill, and this is where she gets this from. It was a hill that the house was built on that overlooked down into the town of Front Royal, and there was historical reference to that hill being the place where snipers would be up on that hill and shoot down into the town during the Civil War. So, I don't know.
It's interesting all the history, like up in that area during. I always wondered like how far the Civil War. I don't know the maps of like how far north it went. How far south.
Well, into Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah. But further north, I always wondered about that.
It went as far north as Gettysburg when they were surrounding Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
And parts of Ohio. They went as far up as Zor, Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, around here in this part of New York, we have a lot of, when it comes to historical war stuff, it's mostly Revolutionary War stuff up here.
Now, if you're a ghost hunter and you ever go to Gettysburg, one thing you'll notice right away, there are ghost hunters all over the place out there.
Yeah. Yeah, the wife and I stayed in Gettysburg. We went to Gettysburg, and we stayed in the most, it was rumored or supposed to be the most haunted inn in Gettysburg. And I was hoping, but you know what? I mean, I told her, I said, you know what? We'd gone out we'd gone out to this, like, I forget, it was a little bar downstairs from another place or whatever. And I don't know, I tied one on pretty good when we were there. And so I told her, I was like, dude, we were supposed to be in the most haunted room in the most haunted place. And I'm like, dude, I was so drunk last night, dude, there could have been a whole platoon of freaking Civil War soldiers go marching through the room, and I would have never known it.
Was it a blue inn with great big white pillars in the front?
No, what was the name of that inn, Mal?
I've never been to Gettysburg.
It's a cool trip.
Been to Valley Forge.
Yeah, no, it was called the Farnsworth. That's what it's called in Gettysburg, Farnsworth. Yeah.
On the north side of the main strip?
I believe so, yeah.
I think that's where we stayed too. It's haunted because I'm telling you.
Well, that's what they say. It is haunted, they say. So
the ghost stole my credit card number.
See, they could have reenacted the Battle of Gettysburg right there in my room, and I would have never woke up.
I used that credit card just for buying a Coke there at the Coca-Cola machine. And lo and behold, if them ghosts didn't get a hold of my credit card number and run away with it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. $500 for a TV in Walmart at Chicago.
Yeah, because ghosts always buy TVs.
They get bored too.
Yeah, well, they want to watch the shows like The Ghost and Mrs. Muir and stuff like that.
Ghost Hunters and shit like that.
Ghost Dad and oh god, man. Well, no, now we determined that there's some older people in this chat mostly, so a lot of people probably do recall The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
Absolutely.
Wasn't there also like a naval themed one? The Ghost and Mrs.
The Ghost and Mrs. Muir.
Yeah, he was a Navy sea captain.
He was a sea captain. Yeah.
Yeah, the Ghost of a sea captain. Yeah. And then there was, remember that one? Did you ever get to see it, Mogs? It was on during I think it was the early 80s, maybe late 70s, early 80s. It was called My Partner, the Ghost. And it was about a cop and his partner got shot, but came back as a ghost, and they both went around solving crime. Yeah. busting bad guys.
Don't recall that one.
Yeah, My Partner the Ghost is what it was called. Yeah.
Chessboard says mayor in Enfield, North Carolina just had a monument torn down. What the fuck is wrong with people? Just change history.
Yeah, you're right.
Go right ahead.
Well, I don't think it's so much changing history. It's trying to ignore it sometimes, I believe, and that's the wrong thing to do. And I understand how some people can be offended by certain things, but, you know,
How long have those statues been down there? They represented,
when things happen, like it doesn't matter how offended or something, you still don't have the right to just vandalize something. You know,
this wasn't vandalized. They probably took it down because they didn't like what it was.
well, I guess that's their decision, but
Bunch of fucking pussies. Sorry.
I mean, I understand.
Oh, it offends me.
Still,
I'll look at it.
you still shouldn't ignore history. Just represent history for what it really was. That's all. I mean,
yeah, but what we've learned isn't what really happened.
Wow, that's another story completely.
Yep. Just saying. Anyway. 2 hours already. That went pretty quick. Richie says 1970s, bad hairstyles back then.
He who ignores history is doomed to repeat it.
True.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so, well, thanks, Mogs. I wanted to get out here and tell that story, man. But
yeah, man.
Ready to close out, so appreciate it. Good seeing you, Trackway. Ben, good seeing you, man.
Take care of yourself, Joe.
And we'll see you guys soon.
All right, man.
All right,
have a good night. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks.
All right, do it. I'm going.
Thanks for sharing. It's like an AA meeting. Only one of us is sober.
Standing up. Hi, I am Finding
right.
Trackway, and I too have a ghost story and a Bigfoot story.
Say that again?
So just standing up saying, hi, my name is Life as a Trackway, and I also have a Bigfoot story.
It all started one gloomy day.
All right.
For sure.
Ben, great to see you. Muggs, thanks for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Anytime. You know my door is always open. Ben knows that.
I'll catch
Talk
you guys
to you soon, man. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good night, bro.
You're always the last one, Ben. But that's my
I know. I know it.
All right, on, man. It was good to see you.
You too, man.
When I get out that way sometime, we'll go fishing.
Hell yeah, man. Give me a holler.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Later, man.
All right. Good night. Thanks again. Cut him off a little short. Oops. Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. It was a good time. Everybody that came on, Trackway, Ben, everybody, Charlie, thanks. That was cool that Charlie came on and broadcast live from his little spot there. That was cool. I encourage that. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this show tonight, hit that like button below. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. You have any, anything you want to say, any comments, you can do that below. If anybody wants to donate to the channel, you can do so through the PayPal link. That'll be in the description below. Also in the top of the banner on my page. So in the meantime, you guys have a great night. I will see you in 2 days, probably before. Although I've been so busy, I just haven't been on anybody's show. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Peace and God bless.